Welcome to Music Talk Mondays.
Crime scene on them. Crime scene on them. Crime scene. Yeah. I riggedy wreck shop. I spiggity spit that shit that make niggas Glock pop. Fuck streaming platforms, paying artists half a penny. Fuck that. Put the beam on them. Yellow tape crime scene on them. What's a nightmare to a dream, homie? Freddy Krueger and villain apparel only. The only time I play is when I'm fucking with Sony. Doctor took my DNA, they might wanna clone me. She wanted my seed so she could own me. I got ghosts like Tony, villain master at the ceremony. Hotter than Pyrex on the stovetop. Selling dope on cell phones and laptops. Stay banging Audio Max, ain't nothing stop. Pop the trunk, we flood the whole fucking block. Shop open, I bet even your mama cop. Lame niggas get chopped up like tan rocks. I'm on the low like red tops and tube socks. The type to get money and buy some more fucking stock. I keep sticking and moving till his body drop. The roof is on fire, I'm too fucking hot.
What's good? Yo, we got some technical difficulties on this episode, but we gonna rock it like this, right? So, Pusha T, y'all heard everything going on with the clips. Why you hadn't heard from Pusha T from like 2018, you know, why it was so difficult for him to put out projects and all that other type stuff, right? So at the end of the day, who's the person behind the scenes pulling all the strings? Drake, right? So they became independent now. And that's the thing that I really want to speak on, is the independent side. Because once somebody, you know what I'm saying, has control over you in the industry, it can kind of leave you vulnerable, if you understand what I mean. So by it leaving you vulnerable, you don't know what type of access somebody might have, you know, to things dealing with your career. But when you're independent, you don't gotta worry about it. You're your own, you know what I'm saying, either start or end it. You know what I mean? Independently. So if you're doing what you have to do independently, then, you know what I mean, you're going to get your residuals. You're going to get what you want, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, it's like you have to make sure, you know, 100% that all your I's are dotted and all your T's are crossed. Now, in dealing with Pusha T and Malice, their ages, 48 and 52. Pusha T, 48, Malice, 52, right? Wow. I never even think about age. I just deal with the music for real. But the music is banging. And that goes to show you, you know what I'm saying, and the anticipation, that really goes to show you how people try to like put people in certain situations, like because you're this age, you shouldn't be doing what you're doing. But at the same time, it's like, why would you try to put somebody in a box? And it seemed like Drake's intention was to try to age him out in one way. You know what I mean? Because he could say what he wanted to say, but you never heard what Pusha T had to say, kind of sort of after the responses of 2018. So, yeah. That's a very delicate situation, man. You don't want nobody out here, you know what I'm saying, like, can have access to anything dealing with you. But Pusha, Malice said he knew how shicey the industry was or is, so that's why he had to take the break. He had to go find himself, you know what I'm saying? Pusha, on the other hand, he was the lone wolf. He was out there doing what he had to do, making sure, you know, the bars are still sharp, making sure the brand is still official, and he's getting it in, you feel me? So that's determination right there. All day long. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Being it is. And look, here they are today. 2025, back bigger, better than ever, and about to get that just dues, you know what I'm saying? So people like Drake, you know what I'm saying, hating, so forth and so on, want the spotlight all the time or whatever. I think your time is pretty much done. That's the way I feel. Like your time is pretty much done. What else? As far as for those record labels, man, and getting these record contracts and the things that you might have to do. If y'all haven't seen it and understood it by now, I don't know what to tell y'all. This right here is a proven fact how industry politics can hold your ass back off some dumb shit for real. I'm just being real with y'all. Off the dumb shit. Niggas won't hold you back because of egos. But if you independent, now look at the freedom of independence. You can't tell Kendrick he can't be on there now. You damn sure can't tell him that. You can't hold their albums back now. Hove ain't having that. Hove is not having that. And then, if you notice the way that he's marketing them right now, it's like they're a brand new group. So if you're not privy to really, you know what I'm saying, being there with them from day one, this is your beginning now. You know what I mean? They always been here. You know what I mean? Always will. I mean, one thing that I do like, you know what I'm saying, is the fact that they never compromise. Everything has always just been them, just raw. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight them. You know, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? If you come in the door one way, you leave out the door the same way. You know what I mean? You come in and you leave out the same way. That's the difference between the real nigga and the fake nigga, or real people and fake people. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of that shit in the industry. A lot of that shit. My thing is this, though. When y'all look at hip-hop, right? How do you really view hip-hop? Because I'm trying to really understand, you know, how most people base it. Like, what's your standard of measurement? You know what I'm saying? Now, I've heard people say some crazy shit. Master P better than KRS-One. Young Jeezy better than Nas. Shit like that, right? Now, maybe, let's just say, those things was based on numbers. Data. One of the things I'm gonna most definitely say is that when they let the consumers know how many record sales artists were making, it was a wrap. Instead of just the 5 mic rating that the Source had, and then other people, you know what I mean, had their rating systems. See, the rating system that the Source had made people want to step their game up. For real. But then, when you see these numbers now, these numbers can be inflated, deflated. I mean, don't get me wrong, some people back in the day had got some charges of trying to buy some mics, you know what I'm saying? Let me get that 5 mic out, you know what I mean? Got some money for you, you know what I mean? But integrity. So, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, what do? You know what I'm saying? How do you rate it? Because just because somebody made more sales doesn't mean that their pen game is better. That's all I'm saying. When you're an artist, this is a tactician skill, right? You have to be able to connect these words and make words do some shit that you didn't even know that could even connect and give you a visual the way that, you know, artists do. So this is bigger than numbers. And when you get into numbers, you're getting into data mainstream shit. In the streets, it's a different situation, right? So as far as for dealing with street culture, and then you have street culture in mainstream, they want to dumb it down, you know what I'm saying, and like soften it up, you know what I mean, shit like that. So you have a Drake out here. Now nobody said Drake didn't have no skills and no shit like that, but he's all right, but he's not real, you know what I'm saying? So in knowing that, you can't call yourself the GOAT. You can't say that you are the man, top tier dude. You can't. If you say you're dealing with hip hop culture, it's a big difference. So I'm just saying, it's like information need to be spread because a lot of you people are lost, man. You know, like, I don't understand how, you know, you look at somebody like this guy, you know his background, and then, you know, you hear him in the later years as this gangster, but he didn't start off like that. Like I said, you got to come in the door one way and leave out the same way. He came in the door, and now he's proceeding to leave out different. So I'm just saying, like, when you look at Pusha T, he is the essence, the embodiment of hip hop culture, period. He got mad because his mixtape wasn't in the streets, niggas. You know what I'm saying? He got mad because of that.
Well, first of all, let me just tell you where my mind was during that time, and just kind of how ignorant I was, you know, to everything that was happening.
Sure.
So at this time, you know, of course, Clips comes out, Lord Willin', 2002. 4 years later, we're into Hell Hath No Fury and the mixtape series before that.
Yep.
How I knew mixtapes at that time, it was a bootlegger who would sit in front of Norfolk State University. Yep. You could get any Clue tape you wanted. You can get whoever was hot.
Shout out Cliff.
Yeah, shout out Cliff.
Shout out Cliff.
Cliff been waiting 20 years for this shout
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
That was your mixtape guy.
Yeah, Cliff was the mixtape guy, man. Boom. We Got It for Cheap series comes out. This thing called the internet happened.
Yep.
And man, I couldn't find the mixtape in the street. It was on the computer.
Yeah.
And man, I was enraged.
Because you were used to a hand-to-hand underground.
That's all I knew. That's all I thought. That was like, yo, we ain't out here in the streets. You know, the guys that, you know, we're dealing with at the time, they're not downloading anything.
They're not on LimeWire.
Yeah, like, exactly, LimeWire. So during this time, I was infuriated, man, because I was even complaining about, even after catching some flame through the mixtape circuit with the We Got It for Cheap series, the people who were gravitating toward the mixtape circuit was like white college, you know,
hipster
Clipster. Y'all remember Clipster?
Oh my God, Clipsters.
So
you know who you are.
Yeah, and again,
and we appreciate you.
Yeah, we love you. So at the you know, and we were like, damn, but then still I'm angry because it's not what I know or what I resonated with in regard to where, you know, where I thought the energy was, but. Basically, what was happening, it was changing right in front of our eyes.
You know, you don't get no more hip-hop cultured out than that, because we all know that mixtapes play a major part in, you know what I'm saying, promotion, marketing, and all that, you know what I'm saying? And it's a major part. It's like having hip-hop without having a DJ or something is like the way most of you people are viewing hip hop, man. And I'm like, I don't be understanding, because I know hip hop, you know what I mean? I'm raised, born in it, all that shit. So when I see things contrary to what I was raised up in and knowing to be factual, the contradictions, I just be like, wow. I say what I say in my music, you know what I'm saying? Just to make my points, you know what I mean? I'm independent, so I say what the fuck I want to say, you know what I'm saying? So, and then I release my music when I want to release my music, so it is what it is. But nonetheless, man, it's like, shout out to Pusha T and Madless, yo. The Clip's new album, July 11th, 7/11, right? Wow. It's going to be an adventure. Crime scene on him. Crime scene on him. Crime scene.